Ever since the most recent style in Volleyball Legends came out, people have been comparing it to another very similar character called Sanu. But which of these styles actually comes out as the superior one? And moreover, which one should you main? Well, today I'll be answering both of those questions by sharing each style's pros and cons for people to better understand what card will suit them for their playstyle. So let's waste no time and start off with Sanu. If you spun a Sanu style recently, congratulations, you have the best card to improve as a spiker in my opinion. Sanu is a great spiker card that has a tilt mechanic as its special ability, which basically tilts the spike of the ball into a direction depending on what button you're pressing down. In my opinion, he is the best spiker card if you want to learn the spiker, bro, since his ability isn't anything crazy when comparing it to real volleyball. His strengths include him being a very hard style to predict, especially if you're a shift lock player, since you're only given the opposing team milliseconds to react once you activate your shift lock. He also has an amazing tilt ability, which makes it a lot easier to place your spikes in the corners of the court just by pressing either A or D depending on what side you're going. You could also use back and front tilt, with back tilt being very useful when it comes to this style. Sanu is also very easy to master, and if you're just starting the game and are not very used to the controls and mechanics of Volleyball Legends, I suggest you go into practice mode to get a better feel into how Sanu works and when the best time to incorporate tilting is. Sanu doesn't have a lot of downsides, but something the style is known for is its lack of speed, but when comparing it to Jinko, they are both tied at the same speed, so it's not really that bad. I would say his only weakness, however, is his serve power, since the style is also known for having a below average serve, but at least you can tilt them to improve the placement of the serve. Jinko, on the other hand, is a newer style added to the game about 2 weeks ago and is a little bit more difficult to master when comparing it to Sanu, but if you're already used to the movement of this game, Jinko shouldn't be too much of a problem for you when it comes to mastering his abilities. Some of his strengths include having one off, if not the most unpredictable and hardest spike to read due to his spin ability. Partnered up with lowered spike power, this makes the style almost too broken at times, with the ball looking more like a float serve than it does a spike. But that's not the only good thing about this style. For the first time in the game's history, the creator of Volleyball Legends decided to give two special rainbow stat abilities to a single card, being Rainbow Spin and a Rainbow Serve. If you've ever played against the Mia twins and you had to go against their serves, then just imagine that, but with a little bit of a difference in the serve. Yeah bro, Jinko might need to go. Going to his weaknesses, the style's curve can become a little too much for players at times if you are not used to the character, making you miss some shots that you wouldn't have with Sanu. Jinko can also start becoming very predictable due to players who main him often just trying to abuse his spin ability the whole game, to the point where the other team is already expecting it, making it simple to receive and predict. So what style should you use based on the information I just gave to you? If you want to master something quick, Sanu is easily the best option for you, but if you have the patience to learn Jinko, then he is even better. Both are better with shift lock learn obviously, but shift lock has more of an impact on Sanu since his spike is more straightforward to a corner or angle compared to Jinko's sometimes slow spike. It really depends on what kind of playstyle you like more. Basically, Sanu is a great start point to learn how to be a spiker, but once you master him, I suggest switching to Jinko since his potential cap is higher than Sanu's. But anyways guys, do whatever you want with that information. I'm just here to tell you what the facts of these cards are, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and let me know what other video you want to see next, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace!